And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, to all those making politics out of this, don't forget, it's not because this is the time of NDC or the time of Party A or Party B, this issue was given this kind of judgment. We have something we call freedom of speech. And you and I will agree that we are in a democratic world.
People were beginning to ask questions about what is the democracy delivering for us? If the democracy is not delivering cheaper prices at the retail shops, it's not delivering cheaper prices at the markets, democracy is not making people feel safe, and you say you're in a democracy and somebody grants an interview and after that police arrest him and all of that, you call all of that democracy, then you're going to have the young people say that we don't want this democracy.
Kevin Akoltila, aka Jandam Killer, has been spotted in the early hours of yesterday. And I'm very sure most of you have seen the video trending on social media. And of course, you know the reason why that video is trending. And so in this particular video, we're going to look at some concerns some Ghanaians have raised concerning this particular issue. And of course, some questions, Ghanaians are asking questions, yes. And so we're going to look at all these in this video. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we know Kevin Taylor to be that one man who usually sits on internet and then talk about Ghana politics. And of course, he says it as it is. He tells his mind and all that. And based on how he puts out his content, most Ghanaians think that he cannot come and then walk through the doors of Ghana and then, walk freely like that. Of course, I've seen Oketechie Efrifa Mensah even talking about it, that Kevin Taylor cannot come and then walk freely. He's usually put in a box and then come to Ghana and then, that kind of thing. And also, based on the contempt, Kevin Taylor was issued a bench warrant. And of course, that's the reason why he cannot come and then walk freely, because of that, if he should step in Ghana, he should be arrested immediately. And so that is why he cannot work freely in Ghana. And so most of us are doubting that, could it be true that Kevin Taylor is in Ghana? Was he truly spotted in the early hours of yesterday at the Supreme Court? Yes, he was. And this is the video. Let's go and watch. Once we get back, we'll talk about that.
Answer. Is it? Okay. Is it any word for Ghanaians?
Are we good? Yeah, we're good.
I'm glad, yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, so that was Kevin Taylor we saw clearly in that video. Kevin Taylor is in Ghana, walking out from the Supreme Court after the judgment. And ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Taylor, like you saw in the video today, I don't know if it was a mixed feeling for him, because you saw the one behind the camera trying to ask him questions, and come on, he didn't want to respond at all. Just I don't know how he was feeling at that moment, but that's a discussion for another day. And so, like I said, in this video, based on this video and the reasons behind it, some Ghanaians are raising some concerns and are asking questions. And so we're going to look at some of them. And the first question is that, why did Kevin Taylor wait for 5 good years? You all know the reason already. That's somewhere in 2020, there was a bench warrant that was issued to Kevin Taylor. And 2025, we are in 2025, Kevin Taylor is in to appeal that this bench warrant should be quashed. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Ghanaians are asking that, why did Kevin Taylor decide to wait till this time before coming for this appeal? And so, ladies and gentlemen, his lawyer had something to say about this question. And so let's go and then listen to his lawyer. And then once we get back, we'll continue.
Reaction to what has just happened at the Supreme Court. You are moving the motion on behalf of
you saw what happened. So
yes.
what do I have
How do you receive this news from the Supreme Court? The decision of the Supreme Court. That's exactly what you wanted. You got what you wanted.
We are happy to have that decision. And our client is now a free man.
There was an issue about why it took you that long time before eventually having this done today.
Yeah, the authorities are clear that when the decision is a nullity, it can be quashed anytime. So there's even the case of Cable Metal versus Barclays Bank, where the decision was quashed 9 years on.
Okay, wish you all the best. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you heard from his lawyer, and it looks like they didn't have a lot to say about this whole issue. And so here on Naa Lartey TV, same, we do not talk about court issues too much, but for the purpose of education and the concerns Ghanaians are raising, the questions they are asking, we have decided to come and then discuss on it so that we would be, I think, we will be settled a bit. And so the first concern I am seeing here is that JDM, please don't let the good work you have started turn into a bad one. Please allow the law to work on the people who deserve. Now, even after this judgment, right after we saw the video trending on social media, Kevin Taylor tweeted and said, the law is the law. And of course, the law should be the law when it comes to every Ghanaian, because we all deserve justice. And so that is what Kevin Taylor tweeted. And so let me move on to the next concern. Someone is saying, this situation is deeply concerning. Why did Kevin Taylor wait for 5 years before contesting the arrest warrant? The outcome suggests possible political influence behind. And, you know, a lot of people, I'm not surprised about this particular comment. And like I said, all these concerns are coming from the comments under this particular video we saw Kevin Taylor in and all that. And so most of Ghanaians are politicizing this, like they're making politics out of it and all that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'll urge you to relax. In case you are part of those who are making politics out of it, just relax, because there's more to it. There is more to it. And so relax. I'll address it one at a time. And so the next concern is that the precedent this current government is setting will turn around to hurt them in the future. So like I said, a lot of people are making politics out of it. But there's one thing they are forgetting. So relax. I'm going to address it, like I said. Now, the next one is that the bench warrant, which seeks to arrest him, has now been withdrawn. The suit might still be in force, but there is no bench warrant, meaning he can walk freely while the case continues. So as to whether the case still continues, that I cannot tell here on Naa Lartey TV. But if there comes an issue around that, I'll come back and then let you know. But as at now, the judgment is that Kevin Taylor, the bench warrant that was placed on him has been quashed. Yes. And so the next concern is that when your government is in power, not even the Supreme Court can stop the party faithfuls with verbal diarrhea. The law knows party colors. Madam Gertrude might as well rest her case. Okay. Now, the next concern is that why can't he walk freely? Did he embezzle government funds or stole someone's money? He is a Ghanaian and entitled to court hearing and freedom. Of course, that is one thing I also stand with. He is a Ghanaian, and so he needs to be heard. He needs to have that freedom. If Kevin Taylor has said something against the law, he should be given the opportunity or the chance to come and then explain what he said. And I don't think there should be arrest on this. I don't think, that's my opinion. I don't think there should be an arrest. But the court says this is a contempt. And anyways, let me land there and continue. Now, the next concern is that don't say it's because of the NDC. The basis and the allegations raised against him and no bearing whatever, all that he said was proven with documents, and the only way to arrest him or jail him is to when he had no evidence to back his claims, which he did. And so one of the reasons why Kevin Taylor, he stated it in a letter that one of his reasons for not coming all this while and waiting for this time before coming to appeal for this is that he wasn't given the chance. The court did not give him the chance to come and then explain himself. So like this comment is saying, Kevin Taylor could have explained himself if he was given the chance to come and then explain and not to be arrested if he should land in Ghana. And so, ladies and gentlemen, to all those that are making politics out of this, I am sure that as at 2020, because it didn't happen, we cannot tell much about it. As at 2020, if Kevin Taylor was given the opportunity to come and then explain himself, to come and then prove all that he was saying, I'm sure he would have come. He termed this as an error. And so to those who are asking, why should he wait for 5 years before coming? Why did the court also wait for 5 years and not say anything at all? And so, like he's saying, there's an error, not from me, but from Kevin Taylor. And in some ways, I stand to agree with that, because if the law is the law has to work. Justice must prevail. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, to all those making politics out of this, don't forget, it's not because this is the time of NDC or the time of Party A or Party B, this issue was given this kind of judgment. But the thing is, there is one thing that answers this whole concerns people are raising when it comes to politics. We have something we call freedom of speech. And you and I will agree that we are in a democratic world. And I have a video of Paul Adom-Otchere. I want us to go and then watch that video. Once we get back, I'm sure that video will answer most of your questions or will clear some of your concerns before I even talk. And so let's go and watch the video. Once we get back, we'll continue.
People were beginning to ask questions about what is the democracy delivering for us? If the democracy is not delivering cheaper prices at the retail shops, it's not delivering cheaper prices at the markets, democracy is not making people feel safe, and you say you're in a democracy and somebody grants an interview and after that police arrest him and all of that, you call all of that democracy, then you're going to have the young people say that we don't want this democracy.
Okay, so you heard Paul Adom-Otchere. And when we look at Paul Adom-Otchere and Kevin Taylor, these are two people who do not click. They all have different opinions when it comes to politics. But here is the case. Paul Adom-Otchere is telling us about how if you don't give a citizen a chance to talk, it makes the citizen feel unsafe. If a citizen speaks and maybe you don't give the citizen a listening ear and you call for arrest for the citizen and all that, it doesn't make it a proper democracy. And like I said, you and I will agree to it that we have something we call freedom of speech. And so if Kevin Taylor spoke, he has every right to speak. And so it is not about any party A or any party B. And I'm very sure that if Kevin Taylor was given the chance, he would have explained himself. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's follow the good part of it. That's what I want to say. Let's follow the good part of it and let's stop making politics out of it. I'm sure it could be you, it could be someone one day, and I'm sure you would not be happy if judgment was not fair with you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if it is Kevin Taylor or whoever, it has to be free and fair. If it is party A, it has to be free and fair. If it's party B, it has to be free and fair. And I think that is what we are practicing now. And it will go a long way to make Ghana a better Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to end with you on this particular trending issue concerning Kevin Taylor and his bench warrant being quashed and everything around it. Don't forget, the name still remains Naa here on Naa Lartey TV. Kindly subscribe, like, comment, and then share. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Do you also think this is a free and fair, or Uchima, they should go and sit down? Ladies and gentlemen, as of now, if you've got nothing better to say, just go and sit down.